You have a strong view on this, I understand, and you think?
I think that they're criminalizing NCAA regulations. I think the FBI is doing the NCAA's dirty work. There have been scandals like this over the years. Money has changed hands over the years, time and time and time and time again. And coaches have lost their jobs, and players have been declared ineligible, and schools have been fined by the NCAA. But nobody's ever been indicted. Nobody's ever been indicted. So when a coach, when Adidas gives money to a coach to have the players wear the sneakers, that's called a deal. But if you give the money to a high school kid to wear the sneakers and go to the school, that's a bribe.
Okay, Eben, do you agree with that?
I mean, I think there's interesting facts here about the NCAA, and this calls into question a lot of their amateurism. There's no question that the NCAA, because players do not get paid, and because everybody else is making millions of dollars, in the NCAA's case, billions of dollars, that you create a system where this underground economy exists.
Well, so you can take it pro, certainly, but don't we have at least a construct in our mind that these coaches have some obligation to the kids, to the students, to sort of do what's best for them, and for them to take money to get them to do something that otherwise might not be best for them, normally would be illegal.
Sure, yeah, no, there's no question about that. The question is whether or not the NCAA is a victim, as the FBI seems to say they are, or if they're part of the problem.
But what about that? If you have a fiduciary duty to somebody and somebody pays you money to violate that, then that is a crime.
Well, if they have a fiduciary duty to the players, then why can they leave after 1 year? You recruit a kid, and then you leave after a year. They don't have a fiduciary duty.
Well, no, the kid decides to leave. The coach doesn't coach the kid to leave.
They don't have they do not have a legal fiduciary duty to the athlete. The NCAA doesn't have a fiduciary duty to the athlete. They say they do, but legally they don't. They can do whatever they want. My point is simple. These are violations of NCAA rules. The NCAA rules basically don't want players to have any money. And they don't allow the players to have agents. They create a system where this is almost inevitable. And, you know, we're at Bloomberg. We believe in the market. This is what happens when you try to squelch the market.
Well, we believe in a transparent market. I mean, what about a requirement that says, okay, fine, coach, you can take as much money as you want. You have to tell the player you're taking money to direct him to go to Adidas, if that in fact will happen.
If you had a system that made sense, the coach wouldn't be in the middle of it because the player could transact with the agent himself. But the NCAA doesn't allow them to talk to agents, so they need somebody. This whole thing is ridiculous. And by the way, if this happens, if this goes through, then what you will have done is you will have said a private organization, the NCAA, is now their rules are now going to be the law of the land because you can put people in jail for violating them.